Sagittarius, welcome to your end of November 2021 general tarot reading. It's Raina here. I'm still going back and forth with how I do these, what type of lens to use, but oh well, probably should have done the micro. But anyway, and this is this deck, I just impulsively bought it today. I was walking past a storefront and it was in the window, and I didn't even know this store sold tarot decks to begin with, and I just went and got it. I kind of think I had heard of the deck before, but I was, I didn't know too much about it, so it's new. Okay. Oh, very interesting. I haven't really been paying too much attention to the cards, and I'm a Sag too, so I'm interested in this. I've got skin in the game, so to speak. So the heart of the matter is the Page of Wands, and yes, they do have like little key words here. As I've been getting used to this deck, I can't say that I just agree 100%. We all have our own opinions on things, but it gives food for thought at the very least. To me, the Page of Wands is starting something that is very exciting to Sag, and the wands relate to the fire element. So there you go. That's really already what Sages are all about to begin with. And so sometimes this can even be in terms of relationship. If you're having a new relationship with somebody and you feel that sense of excitement because it's a new kind of a thing. And there's always, I think for fire signs, things that are new are always very enticing because we just love that type of anticipation and what have you. So this could be a creative project. In terms of that, if it is like love related, it could be like a hot affair, like a steamy affair. Doesn't mean that it can't lead to something permanent, but it has that element of passion. So it might be with a fellow fire sign, possibly, because who else can bring the passion more than a fellow fire sign? So maybe an Aries or a Leo or a fellow Sag. In the past position, we have the Knight of Pentacles. And this is a card of, being very work-oriented, having a good work ethic. And as the past position, this could be what informs this card. So for instance, let's say you're somebody, I got this card for Scorpio. I just did Scorpio's reading. And it was in a different position, but the same card. And I was talking about having a good work ethic and possibly transitioning into another type of employment, working for yourself. And I just said maybe that Scorpio will make some kind of a promise to themselves that they're going to work X number of months or maybe a year or two and save up money, and then they'll be able to do what they want to do. So this may be something that Sagittarius have already started implementing. If you have been wanting to transition, like I said, Page can be the beginning of something. Wands is the creative endeavors. And with wands being connected to fire, there's also that aspect of freedom. And, this idea of being able to do things on your own terms might be very appealing to you. But the Knight of Pentacles is grounded action, you know. It's not just because I got it. This was another card that I got for Scorpio, and it was like Seven of Cups, and I said pie in the sky. It's not like that. It's more practical and directing things in a very practical way, that you are looking for specific results. You're not just looking for anything that is fantasy related, but you want to see, you know, you want to show me the money, show me that this is going to lead to something substantial. Sometimes people, you know, they have ideas, and this can run the gamut, you know. There might be a creative idea. It might be something like business, you know, business. And it's just so unworkable, you know. It's bound to fail. Although there are some people who are very, very eccentric, or they just have such an ingenious mind that they can take something that seems very off the wall and they can make it work. I mean, when I grew up, the 70s were the era of novelty songs. Some really silly or strange songs that, you know, got in the top 10. Or I Had a Pet Rock, right? Who would have thought of doing something like that? But it's ingenious. And so one person's really crazy idea is another person's gold mine. Some of it is like you believing in yourself. And I think with the Page of Wands, it's like putting yourself forward like that. The higher message is the Ten of Wands. Now they say burdens, but in a book that I have on the tarot, they call it the burdens of success. So you don't have to look at it as a negative thing, although if you're not careful and you're trying to do too much, you could experience something where you burn out. And certainly Sages can be very excessive. So we have to kind of rein ourselves in. Another wand. So it's got that, the mode of passion attached to it. And we have to realize when we're in that kind of a manic situation, and we may have like the most incredible idea. Page of Wands too can be receiving good news about something. So receiving some kind of message that has a positive tone to it, and it can make you like, oh my gosh, this is like amazing. But the thing to note is that the Knight of Pentacles is really the way to go. The Ten of Wands is like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And you could, you know, the number 10 is about the end of a cycle. So it could be like the result of something, and you don't want the result to be that you burn the candle at both ends to the point where you can't do anything and you're out of commission for 3 months. That wouldn't make any sense. So being more, I keep saying thinking the word regimented, and like the Knight of Pentacles, where you are consistently doing these practical things, but you're not just overdoing it maybe. Even though the Knight of Pentacles is hardworking. Okay, let's see. Well, crosses you is the Page of Pentacles. And so the page, like I said, is a messenger. And Pentacles, and it's also like the beginning stages, like the very early stages of something. And there's something going on Sometimes this can be in terms of just like having a miscommunication, maybe with a place of employment. So if the Page of Wands is a new job offer, and it's not that you're doing this yourself, but it's, you've been waiting for this. You've been waiting for this news, this good news. There may be like a delay before you can start, and it might be due to some kind of miscommunication. So, first of all, don't jump to conclusions if you don't hear back from someone, even if you've been getting a lot of positive, communication before. Just realize that they might be dealing with a lot themselves. And if this is even something that is related to snail mail, maybe that is really taking its time. In the US, we're having some issues with that. But even emails, sometimes they go to the wrong places. So just be on top of that. Don't look at it as, oh, this isn't going to happen. What's coming in is the Seven of Cups. Now, in this deck, they use the word delusion. And certainly, this card can mean that in certain cases. That a person is pie in the sky about something, that they're not being grounded. But there may be, that's why I use the word manic, because you may find that all of a sudden you have a lot going on. And I think, with Sag, because we have the sun, the solar return happening at the, on like the 21st of November, and we've had this season, this period of the sun in the 12th house, that might have been more contemplative. And then it starts to burst free, come to life. All these things. And it may feel a little bit overwhelming, because you might be saying to yourself, oh my gosh, I went from not having anything to having all these things on my plate, or these opportunities, and I'm just like, what do I do? And of course, there's that solar eclipse in Sag in the first week of December, and so that's going to, I don't want to say exacerbate it, because it's not something bad, it's actually something quite exciting. But the thing you have to do is that, go back to that Knight of Pentacles. Be as grounded as possible. Some Sagittarius, I have a lot of earth in me, even with my personal planets. And so I enjoy being like that. But some Sagittarius may find it, I was going to say offensive even, to just look at things practically, because it might seem dry, it might seem unimaginative. If you just have ideas and you have no way to implement them, or you're just like, you've got like a whole bunch of, enthusiasm for something, but you don't have the infrastructure, you're probably going to be spinning your wheels, because it's very hard to get something off the ground when you're just, your head is in the clouds. So just keep that in mind, that you don't allow things to distract you. This card, I think, is connected to Neptune, so there might be a Pisces person, and that person may or may not be enhancing your life. Maybe they are pulling you in the wrong direction sometimes. Okay, I like this one, the outcome. Ten of Pentacles, wealth. I would say this is sometimes connected to family money, inheritance. But I mean, even if the person is still among the living, you might get family assistance. And of course, maybe it's some birthday money, huh? But in any case, it's interesting that we have 2 10s here because there might be some Sages that have reached kind of this high point, but they have to choose between 2 things. If we look at Wands versus Pentacles, are you going to choose between, or you can say integrate these 2 things too. The idea of enthusiasm and joy, creativity, and practicality with the Pentacles, reliability. Is there some way to bring those 2 things together in your life and make them work? And I believe wholeheartedly that you have to have both, because if you just have a work ethic, a good work ethic, and you have no creativity, then you make a good employee. But if you want to create something of your own, then you have to nurture your creativity. And you can't just be all about survival or all that kind of stuff. You have to make time for the part of yourself that is dealing with creative self-expression. And I feel like if you do that, since this is the centerpiece of the reading, the Page of Wands, and you start that project at the end of November, you might see like quite a harvest, months from now. And in the moment, it may feel like, oh, I don't know, this is just a pipe dream or something like that. No. Start to take those steps to make your dreams come true. Okay, Sag, that's what I have for you. I hope that you resonated with this. If you would like a private reading, I'm primarily an astrologer and I do a lot of chart readings, but I do tarot readings too. And you can find out the different types of readings I offer at the link below. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.